Did you know that many men marry women they don't love and marry you because of many reasons? Perhaps there was pressure. Maybe you got pregnant, or his family were pressuring him to marry, and you seemed the decent one. Or maybe the pressure was coming from you. Some men marry because they're selfish. They don't really believe marriage is going to stop them from enjoying their best lives. Some men marry because they think they love you. Some marry because all their friends have gotten married and they're left out and they need to find somebody who makes sense. And only a few truly marry because their hearts are invested. When we are marriage hungry and we are prepared to do whatever it takes to get the ring, we become victims. We make ourselves victims. We walk into the perfect position to be married for the wrong reasons. And when we finish and come to the other side of an unloving marriage, we're broken. Because a woman's soul needs to be loved in exactly the way a man who loves a woman loves. Wholly, completely.
Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about a topic that might or will change the way you think about marriage or the way you see marriage. Why most men marry women they dislike. Surprising, yeah? A lot of men these days marry women they cannot stand. They marry women they dislike, women they hate. But why would somebody marry a woman he does not like, a woman he does not love? Let's go find out some of those reasons from these amazing content creators. But before we dive into the video info, do not forget to like the video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's dive in.
Why do many men marry if they don't feel love? Because marriage is not for love. I keep telling y'all. Somebody told you that, but it's just not true. It's just not true. Marriage, the first marriage was not for love. Okay. It was for property. Okay. It was for protection. Okay. It's not for love. There are so many arranged marriages in the world still today. It's not for love. Okay. Only poor people marry for love. And then they figure out that marriage is not created for love. They feel stupid. Love doesn't need contracts. Love doesn't need paperwork. Love doesn't need courthouses. Think about it. Why do rich men get married? To preserve their legacy, to pass their money on, generational wealth. Think about this. Legally, nobody can come and take that crap because they got papers. No woman can pop up and say, this is my man, not yours. Bitch, I got paperwork. It's mine. I'm getting all the money. You know I don't curse. Excuse me. I got caught up in the moment. But yes, just like you got paperwork on your animals. When they come up missing, you got that chip in them, you got the paperwork, that's your dog. The vet will call you, excuse me, we found your animal. Okay, I'm gonna come pick them up.
I get a lot of compliments from men on a daily basis. They find things to compliment me on: my hair, my skin, my body, my smile, my personality, whatever it is. Like, they like the way I laugh. Some man told me he loved the way I laugh. I hear these things on a regular basis. And before you judge me in my work clothes, this is how I look outside of my work clothes. Now, I said all that to say this. I don't care about those compliments. The best compliments come from women anyways. I care about women's compliments more than I care for men, because I know men's compliments are usually very disingenuous. Don't care about your compliment. The best compliment as a man that you could ever give me is, nah, she ain't wifey material. I can't think of a compliment better than that. Because the reason why I say that is because this. I know that most men don't marry for love. Most men marry for convenience. We know this because the moment things become inconvenient in their marriage or their relationship, they are ready to cheat, or they are ready to just leave altogether, right? The moment a woman gains weight or lets herself go after he begged her for 3 kids and she let herself go now, right? You damaged her. Now you're complaining that she's damaged in whatever psychological way. She ends up getting sick, or she gets cancer, or she has to have a breast removed or something like that. You guys are ready to fucking bail. So we know that you don't love. You didn't marry for love because you're not capable of love. Shout out to Princella. It just is what it is, right? That's not love. If you're ready to bail or cheat or whatever when things get inconvenient for you, that's not love. Now, the reason why I appreciate that I'm not a wifey, and only half of my male friends think this about me. The other half think I'm incredible. And most of my family and friends think that as well. But then the other half that says that to me, or when men say that to me, the reason why that's such a compliment is because when I hear you say that, what I hear is, she's not a dumb bitch. I'm not going to be able to fool her. I'm not going to be able to control her. I ain't going to be able to put a wool over her eyes. It's too many men who want her. Blah, blah, blah. That's what I hear when I hear men say that. And I love that compliment. Now, does that mean I think all wives are dumb or stupid or whatever? No, I don't think that at all, actually. But I do know that the vast majority of men think that about y'all. That's why they married you. Most of them marry women who they think are most likely going to put up with their bullshit. The sooner you guys understand that men marry for convenience and not love, the better off you will be. They don't marry for love. They're not even fucking capable. You may come across 7 or 8 men in the world who can actually love for real, and that's only because they have gone against their nature and they have disciplined themselves and they have learned to self-master. Most men are not doing that. It takes too much work to look at themselves in the mirror and to change who they are. It takes way too much work to do that. And they're not going to do it. So at the end of the day, the moment y'all realize that men do not marry for love, they marry for convenience, the better off y'all will be. I will take that compliment over you're pretty, your hair is beautiful, your skin is beautiful, I love the way your body is shaped, blah, blah, blah. I would take that compliment over all of that any day. Like I said, I get the most compliments from like older white ladies for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. But I will take a compliment from a woman or kids any day before I take one from a man. Y'all's compliments don't mean nothing to me. I don't care how sexy you think I am. I don't care how you like the sound of my voice. I don't care. It means nothing. I know y'all don't love, and that's the end of that. Take care now.
In my lifetime, I have known a lot of married people, but I haven't known a lot of happily married people. And I chalk that up to the reality that most men don't actually marry their dream girl. They marry the convenient girl. They marry the best choice that was available when they decided that they ought to settle down. You know, they go with the one that looked best on paper, that, you know, adored him the most, that was least likely to leave, the one that asked the least of him and did most of the heavy lifting in the relationship. But she's also the one who several years later, when life gets difficult, he won't really fight for. In 2024, holding the title of the wife isn't really such a prize. And divorce, marital satisfaction, and infidelity rates, the statistics support that. So maybe if we realized this and got a little more practical in how we approach marriage, not with the idea that it's happily ever after, there would be less disappointment in the end for both men and women.
So we have a rant, and y'all, it says, I hate my wife. So it says, I hate my wife. I never wanted to marry her, and I never wanted kids with her. I just never liked her at all. Only reason we are still together is because of my parents, or to be specific, my dad. He died of cancer, and his last wish was for me to marry her. Now, don't get me wrong. She's a nice person and never did anything wrong to me. I just wish I got to marry the person I love. Every day I try to make her want to divorce me. I yell at her. I hit her, and she just won't leave. I hate her. I hate my life. I hate myself. I have considered unaliving myself multiple times. I never had a close relationship with my mom. She's a drunk, and when she's not drunk, she's high, so I can't depend on her to talk to. When I married to my wife, I had to move to her home country because she refused to move, so I have no friends here. I'm just alone. I have done everything in my power to make her want to leave me and to make her want to divorce me, but she won't. I don't want any advice. I don't want you telling me what I should or shouldn't do. I just need someone to talk to.
Men don't marry the love of their life. They marry the girl that's around.
My mama's been saying this for years. People marry because of proximity and timing, not because of love. And no, this is not every single time. And no, it's not just men. Women do this too. But the reality is, sometimes we meet people that are an incredible connection, something that's amazing, one of the best people you have ever met and felt so connected to. But the timing wasn't right. This person maybe had to move, they were emotionally unavailable, they were recently off a breakup, who the fuck knows. And then a few months later, they start to date somebody and you're wondering, what about that person did it? And it's not necessarily because the connection was any better. Oftentimes it was because the person was there when the other one was ready. Maybe the other person went to therapy, or their career was in a different place, or they were finally moved and settled. Whatever it was, that person felt now that they were ready. And the girl that was there when they were open, receptive, and ready, that they also liked, was the person that they were choosing. I can tell you firsthand this has happened to me personally. I've had plenty of guys that I dated back in New York or even in LA that I thought were one of the best connections I have ever had. People that I really could see myself with, but the timing wasn't right. I'm not going to reach back out to them. I don't go back to the past. I'm sure they've moved on and so have I. And so life goes on. You start dating somebody else. You realize the connection's nice and you pursue it. Does that mean though that it was based on love solely? No, that meant that the person was there at the right time. Like Sex and the City says with the yellow cab theory. And that is that the first person to get in the cab when the light is on is the one that gets them. So yes, some people marry for love because they really did find the connection that was right for them. Good for them. But there are plenty of other people out there, not just guys, that marry because of the proximity and timing being right, not necessarily because it's the love of their life.
Ever since I heard this theory, I cannot get it out of my mind. Men marry the woman in front of them at the time they are ready to get married. Let's talk about it. So I was scrolling through TikTok one day, as we all do, and I came across this photographer. She's obviously been at a lot of weddings, and she observed that the men were marrying the woman in front of them at the time that they were ready to get married, implying that that wasn't necessarily that man's soulmate or that man's love of his life. It was just the girl he was dating at the time he was ready to get married and settle down. Like when you decide, especially a man, when a man decides that he is financially and emotionally ready for marriage and ready to settle down and ready to start a family, he takes a way different approach to dating. That part in his brain of like, oh, there's another girl out there, shuts off. Because now his focus is on marriage. It's not in finding the next best thing. Are y'all following? Like, do you agree? Do you disagree? I need to know.
Asking men for advice about getting married, and now that I'm 4 years in, I realize that a lot of these men didn't like their wives.
Hey y'all, so that young man I just stitched brought up an amazing point, and I'm so happy to hear a man admit to this and say this out loud. So go back and watch his original video, but he did a thing and he found out that, men don't like women. His married friends don't like their wives. I've been saying this for years, and listen, I love men, good men. I love good men that are real men, but the rest of them, I'm like, ugh. One of the things I discovered years and decades ago, actually, is that men don't really like women. So many men hate their wives. If you ever like in the workplace and you hear a dude talking about his wife, it's always very disparaging comments. It's like crazy. It's like, bruh, do you not even like your wife? What the fuck? Men don't like women. This is totally my conjecture, so do with this what you will. A lot of times men don't like women because we're not men. They want men, but they can't admit it due to societal pressures. So many men, I just want to go up to them and say, dude, just say that you're gay. Like, it's okay, it's all right. But they can't, and they feel pressured, so they blame us because they can't be who they really are. That's conjecture number one. Number two, the men that actually do get married, again, this is not all men, but this is a huge majority of them, feel trapped. They feel trapped in a marriage. They really don't want to do it. They want to be free, but they're doing their societal duty, so to speak, in being married. So, of course, they resent their wife for taking away their freedom. Men also want to fuck everything that moves. Again, not all, but a whole lot of them. So they resent their wife for not allowing them to go fuck a bunch of bitches and have to uphold their marriage. Men resent women once they have babies. Oh my God. Once women become mothers, why do you think it is so prevalent in America specifically, but it happens other places too? Why is it so prevalent that men be unaliving their entire families? The kids, the wife, what have you? Because he hates them, period. Your daddy probably hated your mama. Your daddy hates you. Your brothers hate you. Your brothers hate your girlfriend. The men around you hate the women around them. And if y'all don't believe me, then let's do a test. Going forward, whenever you're around men, around your guy friends, or if you're married or whatever, just close your mouth, but open your ears and listen to the rhetoric that they say. Start looking at, God, just look at social media comments to tell you how much men hate women. It is absolutely abhorrent. So I want you ladies to take this information, keep that in mind. And those of y'all that don't want marriage and don't want babies, be resolute in your decisions because you're not missing anything.
Besties. A lot of men these days marry women they think they like they think they love until they enter the marriage and they find out they don't like these women. They will torment these women to the extent that the women will be the one to like say, I want a divorce. These men will not come out and say, I want to divorce a woman. They will just want to make the woman look bad that, oh, she's the one that asked for a divorce. And when you don't ask for divorce, some of them will go as far as even murdering the wife because they cannot stand them. They don't love them. Most of them think from the start that they love them. Some of them know from the start that they hate them, but they're just doing it because they want to cover up shame. Oh, age is going, let me get married. Some of them are doing it because they want a family, not necessarily because they love you. Some of them are doing it because they are all of their friends are getting married or pressure from family. Some are doing it because, let me just do it. It's not marriage. Some are doing it because they want kids. And after they get kids, they don't they don't say anything from you. You have given them what they want, and they're like, and they go after their dream girl because you are not their dream girl from the start. That's why you see a lot of husbands body shaming their wives, like abusing their wives. Sweetheart, before you get into marriage with anybody, try as much as possible to make sure that man loves you. The funny part is that you cannot even tell if they love you. Like, it takes the grace of God for you to know if this man really loves you. Because most of these men would do everything and anything to prove that they love you until you get married to them. Then you ask yourself, is it the same person that I get married to, that I got married to? Because most of these men can pretend. It's not only women that can pretend. Most of these men can pretend. Most men will marry you because they want to torment you. Like, you have not done anything to them. They just married you to torment you. They want to show you hell. That's the reason why, God, most reasons, if you find out most reason why men marry women, you'll be shocked. That's why when a woman says, oh, I don't want to get married, leave her. That's her choice. You have every choice not to get married. Nobody should force you into marriage. If you say you don't want to get married, do not get married. Keep to yourself. That is what will make you happy. Be happy. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. If you want to be a single mother, sweetheart, go for it. Do not let anybody or the society make you think that that's a bad decision. If you do not want to be a mother, do not be a mother. If you don't want to be a wife, do not be a wife. Just be you. Make sure you are happy in whatever decision you choose to. All that be said and done, do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Love you, besties. And drop your thoughts in the comment section, besties. Drop your thoughts and your experiences. If you have learned anyone or you have experienced anyone, drop it in the comment section. Let's all learn and have fun at the same time. Bye.